Hey, so happy Monday. If you are catching this later, I am Amberly Devers. I am a Faster Way to Fat Loss certified coach. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5, but we're on summer break. So I did want to let you guys know that the next round of the Faster Way to Fat Loss will begin 1 week from today. We'll begin prep week. Oh, I can't wave back. Oh, yeah, I can. Hey. And so, anyway, I did want to let you guys know I've gotten some questions about carb cycling. That was, if you're on Insta Stories, last week I had done that little new question thing, and then something happened the next day and I couldn't answer them, and then they went away. So I'm going to try to answer a few questions about carb cycling today in case you're on the fence about registering. I do want to let you know if you don't get into this round, which begins next week, I will now be providing you guys with a wait list to sign up on that, and then when the next round becomes available, you guys will get priority registration. So anyway, if you are new here or you are trying to figure out what is this Faster Way to Fat Loss thing, it has a lot to do with carb cycling. That is one of the pillars of our program, along with intermittent fasting, and we do that as well. So what the Faster Way to Fat Loss does is that it turns you into a fat burner instead of a sugar burner. And one of the ways that we do that is what I just mentioned, and it is through carb cycling. We carb cycle with whole foods and nutrition. And in this program, there are no additional products or supplements or anything that are required for you to purchase. In case you are wondering what carb cycling is, I'm going to tell you what it is and how the Faster Way to Fat Loss program teaches you to do it on your own so that you are successful when the boot camp is over, and what exactly happens through carb cycling. So carb cycling is a way to eat to gain energy and fuel your body. We do this through an eating plan that was designed and created by Amanda Truss. She's the creator of the Faster Way to Fat Loss program, and we vary the amount of carbs that we eat on different days throughout the program. So you're never really restricted, and I know that right now carbs have a lot of or they have a very bad reputation in this whole keto world, and we actually eat a lot of carbs. I don't know if you've noticed the donut images on a lot of the or the donut pictures on a lot of the images that we share, and that is because on Saturdays we eat donuts, and if you don't want to have a donut, you can pick something else. But that is sort of how one of the interesting trademarks for the Faster Way to Fat Loss. So a lot of people are freaked out by this. We have a very high carbohydrate intake several days a week. That is why it's called a carb cycling plan instead of a carb elimination plan. And so what we do, in case you are concerned or feeling a little freaked out about it, is that we vary the carbohydrates. And I can promise you, if you think that counting them or paying attention to them is going to be too complicated, I'm a homeschooling mom of 5, and I have been able to make this not only work just in general, but allow it to produce the results that it was going to produce. And it was effective and it was efficient for me. And it isn't complicated, and I don't feel restricted. So the Faster Way to Fat Loss teaches you how to do this through a tried and true online fitness and nutrition program, like I was mentioning in the beginning, that combines the carb cycling with intermittent fasting and strategic metabolic training exercises and the tracking of macronutrients each day. If you're like me, I had no idea what a macronutrient was, a macro, when I began the Faster Way to Fat Loss, and it's really not that complicated. It's just fats, carbs, and proteins, which was a huge relief for me because I was paying attention to everything. I thought I had to be like low fat, low carb, low this, no that. And so everything was just so overwhelming that I was never able to get started. But through this program and how I learned to implement these strategies, I became a fat burner. And you will learn how to do this too, and it will carry you throughout life and not just in the 6-week boot camp. So through this carb cycling, what happens here is that we deplete our glycogen stores, and what happens is our body, instead of burning sugar, burns fat. And it is literally one of those situations where on certain days of the week when we're practicing these strategies, some people have said, I actually feel like I felt the fat melting off my body. So, and that is how this works. It happens through the strategic depletion of our glycogen stores. And it is the most fascinating concept that has worked for me and over 100 people that I have personally walked through the program either alongside as their coach, or I referred them to the program while I was also in my first round of the Faster Way to Fat Loss. So what happens as you learn and practice carb cycling in this program, you will accomplish the following goals. You will create discipline in your nutrition. You will give yourself a baseline for resetting when you have a bad day or even a bad week where things are just really off track and stressful and you feel like you haven't made the best choices in your nutrition. This is a very, very simplistic, easy way to reset your mind and your thoughts toward food and how to fuel your body correctly. You will also learn how to eat foods that you enjoy so that your body will burn fat. And you're also going to gain a sense of self-control rather than this obsessive or unhealthy control or just absolute lack of control. So if you want to get started with us next week, 1 week from today, prep week, then you're going to have the privilege of joining the last boot camp that I'm offering before school starts back. I mean, school starts back for you guys. We homeschoolers are a little bit delayed in starting back to school, but this is the last boot camp before most schools will start back in August. So if you want to jump in, get yourself kind of balanced and with a plan for yourself before your kids go back, or if you're a teacher before you go back to school, then now is the time to jump in. And also, if you have not already, be sure to download the guide that is in my link in my bio, that tells how I lost 25 pounds by implementing all of these strategies and how I ditched the drive-through. I was a drive-through junkie. So you definitely need to download that and look at that if you're just kind of thinking about it. It'll give you a little more information. Like I said, if you do not get into this round that begins next week, I will have a wait list for you to join for the next round that may take place in August. I'll let you know for sure. And so also at that same place that I'm directing you to, you can just click on a link there if this is your first time hearing about this and just read more information about what this program is, how we implement it, and I'm happy to answer any questions. You can send me a message through Instagram, Facebook, email, whatever you would like to do. Just let me know how I can answer any questions for you. I think that I believe next week for the July 23rd round, there's over 40 people registered. So definitely jump in and grab your slot before I have to close it. And I would love for you to let me know if you are watching this later on IGTV or on Facebook. I'm just curious, what are you doing at 5 o'clock? Like, I just want to know. I have 3 kids at sleepaway camp, 2 kids that are tired from playing and they went to a morning camp, and so they're watching a show, and so I'm just like, what? Normally I'm like, it's crazy town here, but right now it's quiet, so curious what everyone else is doing. But anyway, like I said, those 3 things: either go to the link in my bio to register. You may also download more information of how my transformation took place in this program through carb cycling and intermittent fasting. And you may also, I know, I cannot get time zones straight. It's 4 o'clock many places. It's also like 3 o'clock and 2 o'clock, but for me it's 5 o'clock. So anyway, so you may register, read more information, download my guide, and just feel free to check it out. So I hope that everybody has a great Monday afternoon. Bye.